Hiya! Welcome to LSB Feasters radio channel, where we keep great radio from the past alive. And today we're going to Houston, Texas, and KILT. KILT was a legendary top 40 station in Houston. It belonged to Gordon McClendon, who also owns sister station KLIF in Dallas. And the call letters KILT was actually a bit of a nod to the owner of the station, Gordon McClendon. When he was on the air, he referred to himself as the Old Scotsman. So, KILT, if you didn't know it, that's the joke. Anyway, the station just cranked out the hits in the 60s, in the 70s, right up to 1981. Great jocks, great promotions, great music. This was a must listen to in Houston. Some of the legendary jocks that worked at the station included K.O. Bailey, Jay West, Bo Weaver, Steve Lundy, Hudson and Harrigan, and so many others. If you've never had a chance to hear this station when it was rocking, crank it up. Let's just give it a listen. Such a great radio station. KILT Houston.
It's 1:20. This is Jay Rogers, KILT 2020 News, a service of Bill McDavid Oldsmobile, Exit 7, Gulf Freeway. Another Houston heart transplantation is dead. KILT newsman Joe Allen reports.
Houston 16th heart transplant recipient, 46
miles per hour. A hurricane watch, not a warning, has been posted in the Keys from Key Largo westward, including Florida Bay, and then north on the Florida coast to Clearwater. America's 3 men in space appear to have a quiet day ahead of them today, except for the normal chores of running their orbiting Apollo 7 moonship. Their advanced schedule for the day calls for another telecast. Now time for 9:09 this morning Houston time. A man who New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison considers a key witness in his investigation of the assassination of the late President Kennedy reports that he thinks his son has been kidnapped. 2020 newsman Ken Carter has the story from Dallas.
Roger Craig, former Dallas. This is Ken Carter for 2020 News.
South Vietnamese troops captured a Viet Cong base camp near Saigon yesterday, killing 2 defenders and capturing 2 others. They then destroyed the camp as B-52 bombers headed over enemy positions nearby in 4 raids to crush a possible counterattack. Czech citizens received word yesterday that their leaders probably will sign a treaty today with Soviet officials. A Radio Prague broadcast of the pact provides for the stationing of Russian troops in Czechoslovakia and withdrawal of most of the Warsaw Pact occupation forces. This is KILT, first in Houston with 2020 News.
During the good old days of silent movies, we went out to Exit 7, Gulf Freeway, where you'll find refreshments, warm hospitality, and most of all, the best-looking car on the road, the Bill McDavid 1969 Oldsmobile.
Houston's forecast, hot through tomorrow with a low temperature of 72 this morning and a high expected of 88 this afternoon. Current KILT downtown temperature under clear skies, 74 degrees. KILT News, a service of Bill McDavid Oldsmobile, Exit 7, Gulf Freeway. This is Jay Rogers, KILT 2020 News. At 1:27 from the Big 610.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Jay Rogers from the Much More Music Station.
KILT Houston. I recall just walking down the street.
Those are the Archies, and that's the name of the song. Bang, shang-a-lang. It's almost censored, the whole song there, friend. Yes, 1:30 from KILT Houston 610 Radio, home of the Code Call contest.
Your dial is set at the Big 610, KILT Houston,
where the Code Call jackpot now stands at...
On second thought, I'm not going to tell you. We'll just have to wait till Hudson and Harrigan get here this morning, and then you'll find out how much the Code Call jackpot is worth today.
KILT Houston.
And the Jay Rogers Show. Offering cash in the high-low game. We'll play it again this morning after 6 o'clock on the Hudson and Harrigan Show and all throughout the day on the Big 610.
If you're wondering what's lighting up the sky along Exit 7 Gulf Freeway, so don't miss the biggest show in town, the 1969 Oldsmobiles at Bill McDavid Oldsmobile.
Speaking of big shows in town, this Friday and Saturday night, this weekend in other words, going to be some big activity in town. Jerry Thomas is going to be with 2 groovy bands, the Lemon Fog and the Peppermint Crunch. That's at 8 o'clock till midnight at the Vault at 2130 South Ritchie in Pasadena, $1.50 admission. Saturday night, Rickshaw and the Fabulous Sound Investment, plus the Blue Fox, 7:30 till midnight at the Elks Lodge in Pasadena. Teens 15 and older admitted there. And KILT Good Timers are compensated for their appearances.
More music, KILT.
No, that's the wrong motion picture, isn't it? Well, all right, that's The Crazy World of Arthur Brown and Fire, which is a very popular song in Houston right now. It's 1:45 on the Jay Rogers Show from KILT, the Big 610, where Donovan comes to the music hall Saturday night. And some, but very few, tickets remain to the Great Donovan Show. Get yours today at all H&H music stores. See?
The phones are buzzing in KILT's new high-low game.
Well, there you are, friends. Great group. A fabulous group. Too bad about that group, friends. You can see them at a farewell concert, though. Get your tickets at H&H music stores. 8 minutes till 2 o'clock on the Jay Rogers Show, brought to you, of course, by Bill McDavid's Horseless Carriages. That's your cue, Rog. Yeah, it's all right. Now, I have something to remind you people of. The Oilers are back in the race, you know. It's a really big race to see who can lose the most games in the American Football Eastern Division. So the Oilers are back in the race, only a game and a half out of first place in the Eastern Division. The big one is coming up Sunday in the Dome. The Oilers versus the New York Jets. And KILT, being the flagship station of the Houston Oilers Radio Network, will broadcast the game starting at 2:45. The Big 610. Just remember that.
The Big 610.
Yes.
Golden.
All right.
Please.
James Brown, the Famous Flames. Come on, baby, please. 4 minutes till 2 o'clock on the Jay Rogers Show from the Big 610. La la la, doo-doo-doo. Home of a lot of money, for one thing. We have such and such amount of dollars in the KILT Code Call jackpot to give away today. We'll just wait till Hudson and Harrigan get here to find out about the Code Call contest. We've also got the high-low game, new game to be played on KILT when we start playing games this morning after 6 o'clock.
More music, KILT.
Right now we've got our own game going, friends. Jay Rogers Show, one big game.
The Harper Valley PTA.
There goes Sharpstown Valley PTA, friends. It's Jeannie C. Riley. 2:11 on the Jay Rogers Show from Big KILT. Here is a safe driving reminder from the Good Time 610 men and the Texas Department of Public Safety. Listen, friend, the faster you go, the faster you go. Very interesting.
McDavid Oldsmobile.
Really big shoe, friends. 12 past 2 on the Jay Rogers Show. Got something for you right now. More music.
KILT plays more music.
Grassroots and Midnight Confessions, dear. That's our song. Happy anniversary. 2:15 from the Big 610, home of the high-low game. Tell 'em.
There's cash in KILT's new high-low game.
Fifth Dimension and Sweet-Eyed of Blindness. Could be pineapple wine they're talking about. 2:31 from KILT Houston 610 Radio, flagship station of the Oilers Radio Network. The Oilers are back in the race in the Eastern Division of the American Football League. They're a game and a half out of first place, and the big game occurs Sunday in the Astrodome. The Oilers versus the New York Jets, 2:45 game time on the Big 610.
We're having a good time.
You know it.
KILT.
Great group from Houston called The Click has a KILT 40-star souvenir from the 21 Good Timers. Wait a minute. Golden, wait a minute. I'll tell you later.
I've seen your face before.
Splash 1 by The Click. One of these selections from the KILT 21 Goldens Volume 2 album, which is available now at most record stores in the Houston area. That's what I was going to say. 26 minutes now till 3 on The Rogers Show, presented by Uncle Bill McDavid and his Oldsmobiles out there. Candy Wynette and Stand By Your Man. A real heart song there. Song from the heart. Well, all right, so much for the romantic part of the Jay Rogers Show. 14 now till 3 on the Rogers Show from the Big 610, home of the high-low game.
The phone cash to win from the Big 610.
J. Rogers, KILT.